today. It's the 24th of August, and we've currently got some severe weather occurring in southwest Minnesota there, down near Sioux Falls. Those are some severe thunderstorm warned cells. We've also got some strong thunderstorms here, which we're monitoring. That could be 45 to 50 mile per hour winds here approaching Appleton and Oshkosh, and then another line developing here between it. Kind of a messy system that we're watching this morning. There is a risk for severe weather for this area today and later on today, which we will touch on in a moment. First, let's touch on the ongoing severe weather threat right now near Worthington, Minnesota, right along I-90 there, approaching Jackson, Spirit Lake, Fairmont, Blue Earth. This severe thunderstorm is moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour here. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour wind and quarter-size hail. That storm appears like it might be disorganizing a little bit. So we'll wait and see here how that one holds up. This line of storms here, this cluster that's approaching Oshkosh and Lake Winnebago near Appleton there, that's probably got some gusty winds. I wouldn't be surprised if it's got 40 to 50 mile per hour gusty winds in it. Probably some lightning, maybe even some small hail. No warnings on that as of now. And then again, this kind of secondary area of showers, strong showers, northeast of La Crosse there. Looking at the bigger picture, we've got heat advisories and warnings here throughout the middle of the United States. The only other area of vigorous convection, if you want to call it that, is down here in the southeast. Looks like Florida. You've got an offshore system here that's generating some intense shower activity over southeast Georgia into the northern part of the Florida Peninsula, as well as the Panhandle. We're down here near Panama City and Panama City Beach. We've got a special marine warning for this cell here, indicating that water spouts are possible. And some of that convection extends back toward Apalachicola, as well as some out in the Gulf. Henri has ejected. It is no longer a problem here. We're done with it here. Looks like also some convection back here over Nebraska, and maybe stratiform type rain here in North Dakota. Anyway, focusing here on the main reason for the severe weather briefing here, we've got a slight risk for severe weather over portions of southeast Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, and northeast Iowa. The slight risk for severe weather does come with a 2% tornado risk, a 15% wind, and a 5% hail. So this is a very low-end slight risk, if you want to call it that, but it is for that complex of showers and thunderstorms that's moving off to the southeast that we were just looking at right here on radar. It's possible that as those storms move off to the southeast here, east and southeast, that some of this clearing that's in place over eastern Iowa and southern Wisconsin could allow some reintensification of storms. So let's real quick look at models. We're going to take a look at the trusty old NAM, the high resolution 3-kilometer NAM, see how it evolves the system. At about 2 p.m. Central Time, we've got a strong cluster of storms indicated by composite reflectivity approaching Green Bay, and maybe some lingering stratiform type rain and rain showers here across Minnesota. Jumping ahead to 6 p.m. Central, it's got Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois totally clear of any convection. Approaching about 9 p.m., we've got hinting at maybe some squall lines developing up here in Minnesota. But again, the main area in that slight risk is still clear of convection. The HRRR I won't even show because it's a very similar story. So models are not really reconvecting the area here under the slight risk. But that doesn't mean that it can't happen. Let's look at mesoanalysis super fast and look at surface observations. You can see right here, we've got 82 degrees with a 75 dew point in Janesville, 82.73 in Rockford, 84.74 in Davenport, and even Chicago's 83/72. But look up here behind where this line of storms is. Let's see if I can turn radar on real quick. Yep, there's radar. So if we look behind this line of storms, we've got much cooler and somewhat drier temperatures, 66/58, 66/64, 61/55, where these storms have gone through and cooled the environment. Looking at visible satellite, here's that clearing I was talking about. We've got some partial clearing here in southwest Wisconsin and then some pretty good clearing in south central Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and eastern Iowa. I do think that clearing will allow the atmosphere to destabilize just enough, maybe for some redevelopment of some storms here later on this afternoon in southwest Wisconsin. Let's look at CAPE. This product is going to derive the CAPE based on our surface observations and the RAP model. You can see here with this blue shading here, we've got lots of convective inhibition or CAP. So this is basically a hindrance towards severe weather development. If a storm did form in this environment, it would likely be elevated and not surface based if it formed at all. We've got an area here where some of that inhibition has eroded down in southeast Iowa, but you can see there is some CAPE, but when you factor in that SIN or that convective inhibition, it really kind of plays down the severe weather threat until we jump 2 hours into the future, where you can see portions of southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, and northern Illinois have eroded that inhibition, and that blue is gone. So it is entirely possible that as this complex of showers and thunderstorms that's currently over southern Minnesota and central Wisconsin progresses to the southeast today, it is possible that it could re-strengthen and redevelop in this area. I think that's why they have that slight risk, but I don't think it's a very good chance, because as we did look earlier, neither model HRRR or NAM are indicating that that is likely. But here's one last look here at surface observations with radar overlaid. Going back to the Storm Prediction Center, if we go to day 2, there is another very small risk for severe weather here across much of South Dakota, northern Nebraska, southern North Dakota, and even clipping parts of Montana and Wyoming, kind of cutting off there at the Glendive area. Cheyenne, Casper, Sheridan, all on the western edge of this, but does include areas like Valentine, Rapid City, Pierre, Aberdeen, Bismarck. Tomorrow, this is mainly, I believe this is for a hail threat. So there is a little bit of a hail threat tomorrow. Keeping an eye on that, but that's likely not going to be anything worth a storm chase. Definitely something to be mindful of if you live in that area. And then a similar situation with a large marginal risk or small risk here for severe weather across basically the same area, but includes Minnesota, Iowa, and portions of Wisconsin. SPC's got a 5% chance for severe thunderstorms there. I think that's also primarily a wind and hail threat, not seeing anything on the way of tornadoes for that day. So one last look here at the day 1 outlook. If you're in this yellow circle today, you could see severe weather. If a storm forms close enough to myself here where I live south of Madison, I may consider a storm chase. This just doesn't look like anything that's worth driving for. We will stream that live, though, if that does happen. So I appreciate everybody for checking in with the live update this morning. We'll do these whenever possible. Sorry, I botched the first one and screwed that way up. No sound. That's the issue I have with the Facebook platform, is it makes it nearly impossible for content creators to do anything right the first time. It's a real pain in the butt. And again, I appreciate everybody who supports the live streaming of storm chasing. I do have a poll going on the page right now. If you're watching this, if you could go over and vote for your best or your favorite tornado. We've got 3 tornado shots or videos of this year's early season. If you could go over there and pick your favorite one, that would be great. We're working on a video project and need everybody's input. So we'll leave you here with this last look at radar over the past hour or so. And this is courtesy of Barron. Barron's a great radar product for MRMS or regional radar type data. You can actually, in fact, a lot of us storm chasers get this same image here from space via the Sirius satellite radio receivers. We receive through Barron ThreatNet. You can actually get this radar from space with no satellite or no cell phone network, so it works great in dead zones. But this is just the web-based version, the free version of this viewer. If you are interested in looking at this, you can go to barronweather.com and click on live weather. Normally, I would be doing these updates with a little bit better radar through Radar Scope, but I don't have Radar Scope installed on this machine. So anyway, be safe if you live in the southern Wisconsin and northeast Illinois area this afternoon, because we could see these severe thunderstorms redevelop in that area, although it's not looking very likely. I'll issue an infographic here at about 11:30 or noon when the Storm Prediction Center updates the day one outlook here, and see if they remove any portions of that slight risk. So for now, I appreciate everybody checking in, and thanks for your support. Have a good rest of your day.